Inspired by a Japanese movie from 2000, Brendan PlayerUnknown Green created the ultimate game mode. Battle Royale took the gaming industry by storm, dethroning legends and making history. PUBG is the game that set the tone for the past 3 years. Even if it faced some bumps with bugs, faulty servers, or players' outrage, it has managed to stay on top, but more on that later. Welcome to ZeroDeaths. Today we are taking a look at 15 things you didn't know about PUBG. Make sure to stay subscribed so you don't miss out on our next video. Let's dive into it. Number 1. Record-breaking numbers. Back in 2017, the record for the peak online players for a game on Steam was held by Valve's game, Dota 2, with 1.2 million concurrent players. But things were about to change, as the newly released game PUBG was doubling its numbers each month. In September, the Battle Royale era was beginning, and PlayerUnknown was setting its first record at 1.5 million concurrent players. Everybody was talking about it. Continuing the rising trend, people were rushing the field to Poaching Key. In January 2018, the current record for the peak concurrent players was set at 3.2 million. Number 2. Zero-pay marketing strategy. Getting a game out is a challenge, but getting gamers to play your game is a whole nother story. Working with a staff of only 25 people that never had worked on a shooter of any kind, Bluehole had a budget of exactly $0 to market PUBG. The only thing they had was Brendan Green. His work as an Arma 3 modder and his experience of working for H1Z1 gave him a lot of insight into how communities could be built. So PUBG relied only on the support of live streamers or YouTubers, giving PUBG the out-of-nowhere success it has. They didn't have the money to pay the big streamers, but figured that small streamers could use the fresh content. This win-win situation gave both PUBG and streamers the boost they needed to start rolling. Number 3. Award-winning. Big numbers are not everything we need to talk about, though. The game managed to get a few awards and even some Guinness World Records. The Game Awards 2017 gave PUBG the title of PC Game of the Year and Best Multiplayer Game. In 2018, South by Southwest Gaming awarded PUBG the title of Esports Game of the Year and the award for excellence in multiplayer. In the Guinness World Records, you can find Green's game under a few categories, the most meaningful one being the fastest time for a Steam Early Access game to sell 1 million units. PUBG also managed to be the first non-Valve video game to be the most played game on Steam. Number 4. The Battle Royale movie. The original Battle Royale is a novel written by the Japanese author Koushin Takami in 1996. The novel was adapted into a 2000 feature film of the same name. The film follows a group of high school students that are forced to fight to the death by the Japanese government. The film was first screened in Tokyo on more than 200 screens, but it was banned or excluded from distribution in several countries. Most of the current Battle Royale games take inspiration from this movie. Green confirmed that the movie was a big influence on his creative direction of the game. Number 5. Squared blue zones and the birth of the circle. One of the most baffling things about the development of PUBG is the fact that Green had no experience coding or game development. Back then, he was a freelancing photographer and web designer. The original plan for the safe zone areas was for them to be square tiles, forcing players to move from one safe tile to another, just like in the movie. Squares to actually be written in code are quite difficult. For an inexperienced developer, it was just easier to make it the ever-decreasing circle that we are all familiar with now. Number 6. The vehicle from Communist Romania. One of the most famous vehicles in PUBG, the Dacia 1300, meant a name for itself of being not great at anything. That Cold War aesthetic and cheap design contributes to the game's post-Soviet identity. The sedan is based on the 1969 Renault 12, which was licensed by the Romanian Socialist Republic and was renamed to Dacia. You can still find this exact model on the streets of Romania, with some in pristine condition. The inclusion of the Dacia in the game is an homage to PlayerUnknown's favorite TV show, Top Gear. In the show, the Dacia-branded cars are featured as one of the many running gags, as well as a tribute to Arma 2's Lada. Number 7. The Origin of Erin. Erin is the first map in the game, and it's still seen as PUBG's base map. The map has a very detailed terrain formed of open woodland areas, cliffs, and highly populated cities. The size of the map is 8 by 8 kilometers, but the landmass is only 6 kilometers. This means the fighting ground is really much smaller than the total map size. An important detail that not everybody knows is that the name of the map was inspired by Green's daughter, Erin. In an interview, he declared that he didn't know what to name the map, so he turned to his daughter and simply combined the word angel with his daughter's name. Number 8. Poaching Key is real. You can't talk about Erangel and not mention Poaching Key. Being one of the biggest cities on the map and having good high-tier loot made Poaching Key a hotspot. Landing here might guarantee you that level 2 vest, but will also put you straight into a fight with 20 plus people. In real life, Poaching Key is a small village in the Mordovia region in Russia. The village is situated 700 kilometers, or 435 miles, east of Moscow and has a population of around 11,000 people on an area of 11 squared kilometers. Number 9. The pre-Battlegrounds Era. Before PUBG or even the Arma mods, there were no games or interest in the Battle Royale genre. With the release of the first Hunger Games movie in 2012, a few Minecraft servers with a survival games mod appeared. In DayZ, the Arma 2 mod, things were a bit different back then. The focus was on survivability and not on the player versus player aspect. Green saw the opportunity and started developing the DayZ Battle Royale. When the game became its own standalone title, interest in his Arma 2 mod trailed off. That's when Green transitioned to Arma 3. In 2015, Daybreak Game Company became interested in PlayerUnknown's work. They brought him in as a consultant to develop on H1Z1, licensing the Battle Royale idea from him. When H1Z1 split into 2 separate games, the consultation period was over, and Green started developing his own game. Number 10. The Longest Kill. From hardcore streamers to casuals, gamers always love to brag about their achievements. High kill counts are always fun, but getting a kill from across the map might always put you on the front page of Reddit. In an interview for IGN, Brendan PlayerUnknown Green revealed some interesting in-game statistics. Are you ready? The longest kill was registered from 6,766 meters away, from Stalber to Primorsk. He didn't specify how this kill happened, and we don't have any proof of this, but if we take his word for proof, this is amazing. Number 11. The pacifist tag. The fact that we love shooting people doesn't mean everybody does. So, for those of you who don't want to get your hands dirty, there's an achievement for you. You can win a round of PUBG without firing a single shot, and it's actually fairly difficult. But managing to be the last one standing will get you the achievement called Free Chicken Dinner, and along with the tag, The Pacifist. The Free Chicken Dinner is considered to be one of the hardest achievements to get in-game. But next to titles like Sharpshooter or Weapon Master, this one might be a bit more fun to grind out. Number 12. Twitch careers. The Battle Royale genre was designed with a spectator factor in mind. When the game took off, Twitch streams exploded and streamers got a good breath of fresh air. People like Shroud or Dr. Disrespect definitely realized the game's potential. PUBG held the #1 spot on Twitch TV for entire months. The game brought in considerable revenue and exposure to streamers. People like Shroud and Deadmau5 even got promoted in-game, with unique cosmetic crates and items. Number 13. The Bugfest and the Shroud Nade. Despite its rampant success, the game struggled with a lot of in-game bugs and server issues. The player base went really mad when bugs made the game truly unplayable. Things culminated with the first global tournament. Shroud himself was the victim of an in-game bug. After downing an opponent on the roof of a building, he threw a grenade that seemed to be the perfect throw. But guess what? Both enemies survived. The company put out a press release claiming that the grenade had bounced out of range of the 2 players. They went so far to even say that what the viewers saw was an illusion of perspective. Number 14. Dell cheating in PUBG. With a growing player base in China, PUBG also attracted a whole new wave of cheaters to the game. That's when PC manufacturer Dell saw the opportunity to market a laptop straight to those people. At an event in Beijing, Dell provided a presentation introducing their new G series of gaming laptops. They mentioned in a presentation that the new Intel processor allows the laptops to run more plugins to win more at chicken dinner. Plugin being a code word for cheating software in PUBG. Dell eventually responded to the controversy and stated that they condemn any modification of the game. Number 15. Winner Chicken Dinner. The phrase became popular in online gaming after the release of PUBG. Green stated that he was a big fan of the expression, so let's find out where its origins come from. During the Great Depression, people used to play dice games in the back alleys of Las Vegas. If they were winning, that meant they could afford chicken for dinner. So people got used to this fact, and every time someone was winning at something, they would yell, "Winner, winner, chicken dinner." The phrase also gained mainstream popularity thanks to its frequent use in the 2008 casino heist film 21. Question: with the rapid growth of PUBG, tell us in the comments below, what is your favorite weapon in-game and why? Bonus fact: esports ready. At some point in the development of the game, PUBG Corp thought that it would be a great idea of stating that the game was esports ready, meaning the game is fully optimized and ready for competitive play on a grand stage. But with its player base knowing how bad the game was optimized, esports ready became a meme to make fun of a game that is poorly optimized and buggy.